Project 1.2 Analog Oscillator. This project has two primary components. Firstly, NPN transistors work as long as current is provided at the base. Once the base is given energy, it will connect the collector and the emitter. Secondly, capacitors are temporary batteries. They are chargeable, but they also discharge energy faster than regular batteries. The breadboard circuit uses a 9-volt battery that passes current through a 1K ohm fixed resistor into a 2-volt green LED, allowing current to flow through a 100 microfarad capacitor into the collector pin of a 2N3904 transistor. A 10K ohm fixed resistor is used to run current through the power rail into the base pin of the NPN closest to the power jack. A wire connects the base of the NPN closest to the power jack to the capacitor furthest from the power jack into the collector, from where electricity streams out of the emitter and returns to ground. This procedure is mirrored for the other half of the circuit. In this circuit, the capacitor is used as a timing element. The 1K ohm fixed resistor charges the capacitor through the positive lead, releasing energy through the negative lead into the transistor, which lights up the LED. Once the capacitor discharges, the LED the capacitor is connected to turns off, and then the base voltage for the other collector goes up until it is high enough to switch on the second LED. This cycle repeats. Using the equation of tau is equal to resistance times capacitance, it can be determined that the capacitor in this particular circuit will take 0.5 taus to charge and discharge. After creating the prototype on the breadboard, the same components are used to make a functioning analog oscillator by adding a PJ-202AH power jack, terminal blocks, and an SPDT switch onto the PCB. The two terminal blocks on the sides connect two green LEDs to the PCB. Wires are attached to the middle terminal block to connect it to the breadboard so the oscillator can function. Then, the PJ-202AH power jack was soldered to give it another way of reaching power. After preparing the PCB circuit, the PJ-202AH power jack was also soldered onto the shorter jack inside the case to give it an alternative power source. Finally, screws were used to place the PCB into the case securely. Thank you for listening.